My name is Theda Wilson. I'm a citizen out here in the city of Kinloch. I've been harassed and beat by the Kinloch Police Department. I called the police because someone was in a vacant unit across from my apartment. Once they came to the scene, they beat me. The officer from Kinloch, a white officer, asked for backup, I guess to beat me. And that's just what they did. I can't hardly open my mouth all the way. And I'm totally frustrated because I live in this city. I'm running for mayor in the city, and I believe it's retaliation and just another way, another chance for the police to abuse their authority.
What led to you being to the physical altercation?
I was trying to get a computer so that I can do a 30-minute segment or a 30-second commercial about my son, Christopher Ferguson, who's missing. When I opened my door and saw the gentleman over in the apartment and one walking past my door, I closed the door because I didn't feel safe. And I feel like if I'm not safe, I ought to be able to call the police department. But I called the police, and I'm the victim. I'm an African-American woman that was beat by a white officer from the city of Kinloch and also by 2 white Bell Ridge officers, and I'm upset about it, and I want justice.
Can you show us some of your injuries? You had more injuries?
Most of them are internal. They told me it's just a lot of swelling and everything. I feel like I have to hold myself in a certain posture just to be comfortable. But if you feel my face, you can just see that it's different. This one is more smooth, and this one kind of protrudes around right here.
And ma'am, can you tell us some of the comments that were made by the officers last night upon taking you in?
They told me I was impersonating the mayor when actually I was appointed the interim mayor last year. So he was like, oh, you're the one running around. You're the interim mayor. You're the one they're talking about. So he told me he was going to do some things to me, and I couldn't believe it. And actually I got footage of it. So I'm just waiting on the right attorneys, the right supporters, the right people to come along and prosecute these people to the fullest extent.
Okay, and so you're here today at the Kinloch Police Department to file a police report?
Yes.
And what's happening with that so far this morning?
Well, they claim they don't have anybody in here to help me. One gentleman was very sarcastic and not helpful at all. I think his name is Officer Brown. And there's somebody else in there.
I noticed that there's cones out here. Can you tell me, were those cones here before you got here?
Last night, when they pulled me in, no, they were not. They were not here. When I came up here this morning to file my complaint, they're here. And I was told that I can't park on the lot. I had to park down the street.
And that's a public lot, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And has there ever been a time where you weren't able to park on this lot?
No, I was just here for a public meeting. I was just here. They finally had a public meeting last Tuesday. And I filed for mayor last Friday. So if they wanted to arrest me for something, it seemed like they could have done it Friday or Tuesday.
And charges.
Yesterday,
what are your charges?
They never charged me with anything.
So they came, they roughed you up, and no charges as of yet?
Well, they gave me 2 tickets. They said that I was fighting 3 police officers. I'm a female, you know.
But can you tell us how they came to your address? Like, what led them to come to that
I called
address?
for help. I called for help from the police in my municipality. And the same police that I called wound up abusing me.
And when you called for help, that was pertaining to what? Can you tell us what that was about?
Well, it was about some people that were in a vacant apartment. There's all vacant apartments around me. There's a person in my building, and then there's a person around the corner from me. But outside of that, this government has run everybody pretty much away because of them not having trash cans, the nepotism, corruption, just chaos.
Okay, so
that was one reason why I wanted to run.
So you suspected something going on in your neighborhood, you called the police, and you end up the victim of the police.
Oh, definitely. And we speak. I'm out here speaking. The police always want to say that people don't speak out when crimes occur. I've been speaking. Matter of fact, I've been speaking since 1998 about my son's disappearance, about his situation or the issues leading to his disappearance. And I've been talking ever since. And here I am speaking again. It's not my first problem.
Okay, and tell us your name.
Theda Wilson, T as in Tom, H-E, D as in Dynamite, A, last name Wilson, W-I-L-S-O-N.